Today we're taking a look at the EZVIZ CB8, a wireless 360-degree security camera with smart human tracking to keep your home secure. So this is the EZVIZ CB8 home security camera, and today we're going to go through the specs and features of this camera system to help you decide if this is the right choice for your home. Now, full disclosure, this camera was sent to me for free by EZVIZ for the purpose of this review, but that of course does not change my opinions. So the EZVIZ CB8 aims to provide a full 360-degree view of your home. It's a simple 4-screw fixture to securely hold it in place, and I like that we've got the option of either mounting straight to the wall or then underneath a ceiling. Now, the camera is of course designed for outdoor use, and while we don't have an official IP rating, it is weatherproof, and I've had no issues out in the recent bad weather. Now, the camera itself has a 65-degree vertical tilt adjustment along with 340 degrees of horizontal adjustment. And I know that's not 360 degrees, but this is still a 360 camera. Thanks to the 83-degree horizontal viewing angle of the lens, it can see that full 360. Now, for the camera, we've got a 1/2.8-inch CMOS sensor. It's a 4mm wide-angle lens with an aperture of f1.6. It records videos at a resolution of 2304 by 1296, and this is at 15 frames a second, and it uses H.264 or H.265 compression. You don't have to worry about any wiring as it's a completely wireless system, so the only thing you really need to make sure is that it's got a strong enough Wi-Fi signal to use properly within your app. Now, the battery capacity is 10,400 mAh, and this can provide up to 200 days of use on a single charge, and the mounting plate also has an easy removal system so you can just take it in and charge it. The larger battery capacity is incredibly helpful, as if you do have this mounted very high up, it might be awkward to get up there and take it down, so at least you've only got to do that every 200 days. You can also buy the solar panel for this camera and have it constantly connected and charging it in the sun, so that way you need to worry less about the charging. With this camera in particular, I think the design is for it to be placed much higher on your walls, as with the quick release on the mount, you don't really want it to be in reach of any intruders. The camera also has a micro SD slot in the bottom of the camera, so you can simply unscrew it, insert your SD card, and then you can use this for storage, and they do also offer a cloud-based storage system for those of you that want it. Setup is nice and easy, and I recommend setting the camera up before you mount it on the wall. Now, you simply download the EZVIZ app for iOS or Android, you press add device, then you can scan the QR code on the camera to link to the app. As I said, I highly recommend doing this bit first, and you can then check the Wi-Fi coverage where you plan to mount the camera before drilling the holes in your wall. Now, when it comes to drilling, they also provide a drill template in the packaging along with the fixing screws and plugs, so this really is a 2-minute job. Currently, I've got this mounted in a temporary way for now, as I can't decide whether I want this mounted up here to be closer to my garage, or instead I may mount it up here to see the garage as well as the front of the house. Now, the camera is designed to be mounted high, and then you tilt downwards to see everything, and the only thing that I would have liked to have seen here is a corner mount if you did want to mount it diagonally where the two walls meet. The CB8 works well with its 360-degree view and then the pan and tilt functions, and best of all, it's also got a feature for human detection. Now, strangely enough, this is disabled by default, so make sure you go into the PTZ settings and enable human tracking. In terms of tracking detection, we've also got two choices here. First of all, you've got the PIR infrared detection, and this passively absorbs the heat energy to track a human or an animal. We've then got the human shape detection, and this basically it just looks for a human shape and tracks that. For both types, you can set the detection levels and control the sensitivity to suit your needs. Now, personally, I don't want to track animals as there are plenty of cats on my road, so I use the human shape detection, which in my testing has worked perfectly. You can see as I walk around the camera, it tracks my position, and it does a reasonable job at keeping me in the center of the frame. Now, if this was an intruder, I would get a clear enough view of them to provide to the police. Now, as well as recording the video footage, it also gives you a notification on your phone to say that it has detected movement, and you can quickly go and check the live feed if you're not at home. What's also great is that this camera has a built-in microphone and speaker, so if there was an intruder there and you're away from home, you can talk to them from your phone and then try and scare them off. Now, we're just going to take a look at the video and the audio samples now.
Got a stack of potatoes for lunch. to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
So as you can see, the video is reasonably good quality there and good enough to see what's being captured, and the audio is also good enough for both ends to have a two-way conversation. Now the frame rate is only 15 frames a second, but I'm assuming this decision was made to improve on the battery life, and at the end of the day, as long as you can see what's happening, that's all that really matters. Now of course, intruders are most likely going to be coming at nighttime, and the EZVIZ CB8 is prepared with its two night vision modes. Now when it comes to night vision, you can choose the color night vision mode and also set the warm light brightness, or if you prefer, you can have the black and white night vision. So we'll just take a look at the difference between the two modes. The color mode has a bright LED light on the camera, and this lights up and shows it in decent color, and this light would also be a bit of a deterrent to any intruders. The night vision mode is of course black and white, but it does provide more detail when the person is further away from the camera, and as you can see, as soon as I approach another light, it then automatically switches back to color when there's enough light to do so. So now onto the app. I'm a big fan of the EZVIZ app, and I actually already had it installed as I'm using the DB2 wireless doorbell, and if you want to check out my video on that, you can do so by clicking the card in the top right corner. But if we press on the CB8 outdoor camera, as you can see, we get a live feed as well as viewing all the recordings. On the live view, we can pause the picture, turn the audio on or off, and we can also enable the pan and tilt function, which gives us a joypad on screen. We've also got this microphone symbol that will enable two-way audio between our phone and the camera, and then we've also got the ability to go full screen. Now in full screen mode, we can still control the camera, and we get the directional pad appear in the bottom right of the screen. Now underneath the live view, we've got a list of all the recordings that are split by times, and then we've also got the vertical bars that show us how much activity is going on within those times. At the bottom, we've got the option for a snapshot as well as record the current live display. Now if we press record, it starts the recording, and then we just press it again when we want to stop. Again, we've got the option to pan tilt, turn on the mic, as well as choose the video quality between Ultra HD, Full HD and High Definition. If you're out and about with very low cell signal, then it could be useful to change this to a lower quality if there's something that you need to look at. Now we've also got an option for 360 picture, and if you press this, the camera's going to move around in the full 360 motion and then stitch together a picture and then show the image at the bottom. Now next up, we've got the alarm, and pressing this button is going to activate the alarm on the camera for 60 seconds. Then finally, we've got rearrange, which allows you to order these menus to your preference. Now when pressing on the live feed, it also shows the battery level, and the cog in the top right corner provides more settings and customizations. Now the first is working mode, and you can choose between power always on, high performance, power saving, super power saving, or customize your own. Now basically, the power save modes are of course going to use less power, but they'll also save shorter videos, and for me, I want this to record as much as possible, so I leave it in the high power mode. And as I've been reviewing this, I've been using it a lot more than you usually would just to test out all the features, and as I've been reviewing this, it's been a lot more than your average use, as I need to test out all of the features and make sure they work. Now next up, we've got the intelligent detection, and as we covered earlier, you choose your detection method as well as the sensitivity, but you can also select zones if there are certain zones that you wish to be alerted on. Now under notifications, we can enable camera sounds to warn of an intrusion, and we can even set a custom sound using the mic. You can also enable the light notification, which makes the camera light flash when an intrusion is detected. Next up, we've got message notifications to the phone, where you can enable and configure these push notifications to your personal needs. We've got the audio settings to turn audio on or off, image style to choose between original, soft or vivid, but to be honest, I couldn't see too much difference between each of these modes, and I'm happy with how it looked on original. As we covered earlier, you can select the night vision mode, as well as add an on-screen display that places the device name on the video recordings. Now under light settings, you can choose whether to have the camera status light on or off, and then PTZ is to enable the human tracking or calibrate its position. Now battery, of course, just shows us the remaining battery. Cloud Play is for the cloud storage and it comes with a free trial, but mine is of course expired, and for those of you that do want to use the cloud storage, it's £75 a year or £7.50 a month for the 7-day plan, and then £150 a year or £15 a month on the 30-day plan, and both plans support 4 devices. In Record List, we can also see both cloud and SD card recording statuses, and in security, we've got the option to turn encryption on or off, and this means a password is required to access the videos in the app. Now under network settings, you can change the network or look at the signal strength, and I would highly advise that you check this strength before you permanently mount it, as being wireless, you do need a decent connection, and as you can see here, mine is strong. We can take a look at the device information as well as make changes to the time or date format, and finally we've got share device if you want to share this app with your family or friends. The app also has an automation section for those of you that want to set up routines. You can choose a trigger for the automation and then you choose what you want the action to be. Now under the library section, this is a much better way of looking at your recorded footage, and you can easily select between dates and times, and there's also a filter where you can select between the event types such as motion, just people or vehicles, and if you've got multiple cameras then you can filter on the camera that you want to see. Overall, I think this is a good solution for those of you that do need a 360 camera. You can just put it in place and not worry about where it's facing. It's going to track humans and even animals if you want. The two-way audio also works really well, and it's useful even if someone comes around your house, maybe friends or family, and you're not at home and then want to speak to them. Now the camera is available through Amazon, and it's currently on a limited time deal of £119.99 instead of the usual £150, so I'd say it's a reasonable price for the features and specs that this system provides. Now of course, I've placed the links down in the description below, and unfortunately I don't see it on Amazon USA at the time of recording, but if it does come up then I'll add it to the description. Hopefully I've covered everything today though for those of you that are considering a 360 home security camera, but if there's anything I've missed or you've got any questions at all, then just leave them in the comments and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. But thanks for watching the video. If you liked it, smash a thumbs up. If you didn't, hit the thumbs down twice, and I'll see you guys in the next one.